Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is August 29th, 2025, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and see what we see. I know I haven't resized this like I should, but we can do it right now. This should be close enough, I hope. Close enough. Slide this over, slide this down a little bit, and hope it shows up. Everything shows up that needs to show up. All right, on this quarterly chart, what we still see green. The NASDAQ is still staying above a yearly R1, which is good, and all. Got to just see what's going to happen there. Let's go ahead and go down to the monthly chart. On the monthly chart, we can still see that we are still green. We're trading well above the 9-10 moving average. That's this line right here and all. So we're still, technically, we are still bullish. The only thing that I'm kind of beginning to see here that's getting kind of where with the NASDAQ, we'll see once we get down to the lower time frames too. We're beginning to get a little bit of a wake up here on this monthly count. But we at the end of the month, today was the last trading day of the month, and we ended up pulling back real close to previous month, close also. So that's not really that good. So kind of like pay attention to your trading plans and your trading strategy, and pay attention to what's going on here with these technical stocks and stuff. That's all I really want to say there. But so let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there on this weekly chart. Zoom, 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 zoom in here, and this is where you can really begin to see it, what's going on here at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ hasn't made an all-time high yet. The NASDAQ came up above previous week high. Look like that high might be higher than this high and all, but it still hasn't broke all-time high and all. And it ended up closing with a doji here. So again, what's going to happen next? We're going to be opening up come next month. This is weekly. These are monthly pivots. These should be monthly pivots. I'll verify, show you that. Let's not up, click here. It doesn't really matter. These are monthly pivots. So next month, come next month, we should be opening up above pivot. So again, I can see we've been struggling though. This on the NASDAQ here this previous month, So what is this setting up for? That's the question that we really need to kind of like think about here and look at here. Because on the NASDAQ, we had got on this weekly chart, we got lower highs. This high actually just barely maybe broke that high and ended up closing way down here with this doji. We had lower lows, but we didn't get a lower low here. Come next month, like I said, we'll be opening up above pivot. And normally I would expect this market to go up to an R1 level, and that would give us our new high for next month. But look like we are starting a downtrend. If you kind of really look at this. So be careful, be careful, be careful. That's all I can really say. The thing is, we could get a candle like this, off of this doji and continue trying to go higher. So next week is going to be the key to see what's going to happen next month. I think if we start off good and positive next month, we can continue to try to get to a new high. But if we ended up starting off with a confirmation candle, a candle continuing to the downside, that could happen, and that wouldn't be too good. Because, again, if you look at these three candles right here on this weekly chart, that's almost like an evening star. And we just did, this would almost be a confirmation candle if it ended up red. And it had to be a little bit, you would expect it to be a little bit lower. But it's showing, the thing is, it's showing weakness in the market at this time. So be careful, be careful, be careful, I'll say again. But let's go ahead and go down to the daily noise and see what we see there and wrap this on up. On the daily noise, zoom, 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 zoom in here. Let me zoom in here like this a little bit more. And what you see here, is that we ended up getting we're getting a little bit of a supply over here. As you can see, this market it tried to make a move to the upside. It got just close to some of this supply over here, and then today we ended up dropping. But again, it's end of month, so this could be some taking profit at the end of the month, and that's it. So that's why I'm saying come next week after the holiday. We need to see what this market is going to do. We're going to be look like we're going to probably be opening up below pivot, somewhere down here in this area, somewhere below pivot, and we're going to have to see if this market can fight back its way back up above pivot and get somewhere back at least, close to this R1 come next week on these weekly pivots that we're actually really looking at. And these are weekly pivots on this daily chart. So again, we may not, next week, we may not break this high, but I do at least expect us to get above this. Come next week, I do expect us to get at least somewhere above this R1. We need to close above this R1 come next week and all. So that's what we need to see. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share. If not, it might be in the beginning of we had that downtrend before. It tried to pull back, but then we might be beginning to make another leg towards the downside. So be careful. That's all I can say. Be careful. Follow your trading plan, your trading strategy, and trade accordingly, because this might be the start of something pretty bad. But again, it's last day of the month, end of month. Just keep that in mind too. And that's all I really want to share. All right. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a happy Labor Day, us in the U.S., and the rest of you guys have a happy weekend. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.